All right, testing, testing, one, two, three. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the call. It's the top of the hour. This will be recorded as always. So it looks like we got a bunch of people piling on here. You guys are wondering why my face is so red. I actually played golf all day yesterday. Had to take advantage of finally the beautiful weather here in Utah. So spent about 8 hours of the day golfing. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend as well. We've got Austin, Brad, D, Nick, Toki, Willie. What's going on, you guys? Let me see if I can go live here on Facebook as well. See if we can go live inside of the group. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get going here in the next 1 to 2 minutes, you guys. So we should be live on Facebook now. So if you guys want to tune in into the affiliate inner circle, you guys can do that as well. Or if you're on the Zoom call, that's okay too. So I'm going to see if I can pull up the feed here on Facebook real quickly so I can answer your guys' questions. For those of you guys that are in the Facebook group, I can get to you guys as well as the guys that are on the call. All righty, let's see. Let me make sure that this is live. I just gotta select go live. Let me type this in real quick. Live Q&A. All right. So it says we're going live on Facebook now officially. So I'm just going to refresh this one more time and we should be live on Facebook as well. Let's see. Taking just a minute for it to load up here. Yes, it looks like we are live. Cool. Awesome, you guys. Welcome to the call, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I know we've got a lot of international students here, so it might be in the evening for you guys. Let me know where you guys are calling in from. We'll go ahead and get started here. So this is the weekly call that we do for our affiliate inner circle members, as well as our 0 to 10K challenge members. So welcome, you guys. Austin says, hello, I'm having minor audio issues on my end. I should have that fixed momentarily. Okay, cool. And by the way, you guys, I uploaded, or I'm in the process of uploading, I guess I should say, the next module for the 0 to 10K challenge. That will be uploaded by the end of the day. I did provide it as a teaser on my YouTube channel, which is available right now. So you guys can go over to the YouTube channel and check that out. But without further ado, start asking questions. Fire away, you guys. Looks like we got Patricio from Argentina. D says, that's a good name, the golfing marketer. Yeah. Teach all the golfers out there how to golf across the country while making money doing it. How cool would that be? I've actually thought about that. So if you guys have email marketing questions too as well, Paulo won't be on the call today. He's actually out of town. So I'll do my best to answer your guys' questions the best of my ability when it comes to email marketing. Okay, we've got D. She asked how to keep Aweber from pausing a campaign. Paulo mentioned a special way to do it, but didn't explain. Yeah, that's going to have to be a question for Paulo. I would probably go ahead and tag him in the group and see if he can get back to you with the answer there. I wish I had a better answer for you there, D, but I don't. And by the way, guys, we finished up our full week of doing our first set of broadcast emails inside of the 0 to 10K challenge. And what I realized from that is Aweber and GetResponse are very much the same in terms of deliverability from what I got, at least. There's a lot more testing that needs to be done. A lot of you guys might be running solo ad traffic, and maybe you send out your first 3, 4, 10, 15 follow-up emails, however much, many emails you send out. And then you'll probably notice the more emails that you send out from the point when you first made that contact to where you're at today, your open rates kind of start to decline. And so the best way to remedy this is to, make sure that you're emailing constantly, that you're segmenting your non-opens from the people that did open, and then you're emailing those non-opens. And you can use the same email copy, but just make sure you change the subject line, because that's the biggest thing here. We want to first get them to open the email. And just because they don't open that first email doesn't mean that you should just quit on the campaign or run more solo ad traffic. It just means you need to be more creative to get them to open those future emails. So segmenting is huge. Segment the people that are active on one list and then the people that are not active on another list. And you'll end up working a lot less and you'll make a lot more money. And that's what I pretty much did this week for the most part, is I kept segmenting non-opens, and I would send them the same email body with a different subject line. And so for those people that didn't open that email, I would then segment them again onto another list. And I would repeat the process over and over and over again. And so you can try and be a one-hit wonder and send out that one email that gets like 50% open rate, but it's not likely to happen. You need to consistently be emailing, and people that didn't open one email will open the next email, and so on and so forth. That'll repeat itself. That's how you improve your open rates, because these people that you're emailing, if you're anything like myself, if I look at my phone right now and I look at how many emails I have that I need to go through that are unread, that says 32,000, if you guys can see that. 32,000 emails. So this is huge, because most people, maybe they don't have unread emails that are that amount, but they're in the thousands very easily. And so what you need to do is you need to stand above the noise, which means you need to be emailing more, and you need to really focus on segmenting. So it's really the consistency and sending out consistent emails over time, and then segmenting, and then split testing subject lines, and then finding the best subject lines and putting them as a swipe file that you can save. So next time you send out an email, months from now or even years from now, you can go back and say, oh my gosh, this subject line performed really well for me. I'm going to use it for this email. And then you can test where your links are at in the emails. But to make it easy for you, you want to test one thing, one variable at a time. Right? When it comes to a science experiment, you're not testing multiple variables at once, or else you're not going to know what's causing what within your test. So you want to make sure, test the subject line, and then test the body, and then test your click-through rate within the body. So you want to make sure that you remain patient. That's the name of the game here, is be consistent. Keep gathering a lot of data. And I show you that, a lot of that data, and exactly what I did over the past, week. And what I found was, instead of relying on that one email that was going to get me, a 10% open rate, I send out 4 emails that equated to a 10% open rate. You see that? So it's really in the consistency and emailing new people. As long as you're emailing consistently, new people will open your emails every single time on your list. So I can't drive that home enough. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Let's see. Josh says, hey, Josh, regarding autoresponders, how has your experience been with Kartra for open rates? Is it worth it if we can afford to switch? It's pretty equivalent, to Aweber. My open rates range anywhere. It really depends on how I'm segmenting my list. Let me actually just show you guys real fast. Heck. Let me go to my actual Kartra autoresponder. You guys can see, and you can decide for yourself. I'm just going to go over here to communications, and then analytics, broadcast. So my average open rate, this is the past 30 days, is 9.5%. My average click-through rate is about 2%. So pretty decent. I'm liking what I'm getting here, but at the same time, my traffic is different than a lot of yours. YouTube traffic, that's where most of these leads are coming from, is super responsive. Less competition over here than maybe doing email marketing and solo ads. Doesn't mean that solo ads don't work. It just means that you need to be better at email marketing. With YouTube marketing, I can be not that good at email marketing and still get solid results because I'm doing such a good job of building a relationship and demonstrating value on the front end before they even get on my email list. So I could be somewhat of a bad email marketer and still get decent results because, it's YouTube marketing. So it also depends, it just depends on the traffic source. So just because I'm getting 9.5% open rates and 2% click-through rates doesn't mean that you are, depending, with Kartra, depending on what traffic source you're going with. But I love it. The only thing that I hate about this is I can't it makes it hard to clean your list. So I can't go back and say, okay, in the past 60 days, I want to find out the people that didn't open any of my emails and then delete those emails. I can't do that. I have to slowly segment. In other words, I have to go, okay, 2,097 people opened right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these people that opened, and then I'm going to subscribe them or segment them to, this responsive affiliate marketing list right here. And then I would click save. And boom, I just segmented those people over. That's the only way that I can do it, is email by email, which makes it very difficult. And you end up spending more money in the long run on emails that you're paying for when these people that have these emails aren't even opening up your stuff. So yeah, that's the only thing that I don't like about Kartra, is the ability to clean your list. It's very difficult, but other than that, I like it pretty well. So it's really up to you. I think you just have to test and see. So from ClickFunnels, Michelle, I'm not sure exactly, what type of results you're getting with ClickFunnels right now, but it might be worth the trial and testing. That's exactly what I did in the challenge for you guys, is I tested GetResponse versus Aweber, and you guys might want to do the same thing. So what do you recommend as for deliverability, as far as which autoresponders you recommend after you tested Aweber and GetResponse this past weekend? Yeah, you mentioned that you gave us an update. Yeah, so I'd mentioned that GetResponse and Aweber were very equivalent, for me at least. I got similar results. That was based off of 497 leads. Now, I'm still testing, but I'm still finding that the results are very similar. I'm getting right between a 2% open rate on GetResponse and about the same inside of Aweber. So I'm not noticing a significant difference as of right now. We're going to keep gathering more data, of course, to see if that changes over time. But right now they're very equivalent. So if you already have GetResponse, I would stick with GetResponse. And then, what you lack in skill, right, you make up in numbers. Or in other words, if an autoresponder isn't as good as you think it may be, sometimes just emailing more frequently will compensate for the lack of deliverability in some email services. So sometimes it's that one email that'll end up in the primary folder versus the spam folder. But at the end of the day, test and find out what works well for you, because it really depends on the traffic source. It depends on the solo ad provider. Depends on whether you're using Facebook, you're using Igor, you're using somebody from Udemy, you're doing YouTube, you're posting in Facebook groups. All those variables will determine the type of people that you get on your list and then how responsive they are to opening up your emails and how many other email lists that they're subscribed to. So there's just a lot of variables, but you want to make sure, I would say, that you have at least maybe 2,000 to 3,000 people on your list, and then start testing different autoresponders. But make sure, with one autoresponder, send out 50 to 100 emails, okay? And then try another autoresponder and see what you get with that autoresponder. So it really comes down to having a lot of data. Yeah, the delivery rate to end up in main box versus spam folders is my main thing. Yeah, Michelle, I would check, make sure that your domain, of course, isn't a free domain. It's a paid domain that you're sending your emails from. Sometimes that domain, maybe you've been sending emails out for a while, maybe that domain's blacklisted. Maybe you need to buy another domain to send from. So just testing a lot of these different variables. You had mentioned that GetResponse was going to spam too much. I had mentioned that may be the issue. I didn't say that was the issue. So you were saying that similar things were happening to Aweber. Yeah, I said that it may have gone to the spam. So we're going to go ahead and test Aweber, which I got the same results with Aweber. So yeah, it could be spam. That's one of the next things that we're going to test, is me subscribing to my own list and then seeing what happens. And I'm probably going to subscribe to my own list with like 3 different email addresses and see if the email that I send out ends up in spam and all those 3 email addresses are in the primary folder. We don't know exactly if a lot of these emails are ending up in spam or not. That's going to be like the next phase of testing. So we're just really taking it step by step right now. Let's see. Yep. Definitely use a different domain. Let me go over to, looks like we have a question over here. How do we separate emails we get versus normal non-business related mail? How to organize things? That's a great question. So the way that you can do it, depends on your email provider, but I would just create separate folders. So you got your affiliate marketing, email swipes, for example, that folder, where you're subscribed to a bunch of email lists of gurus, because then you could like swipe and model their subject lines, their email bodies. So you can use that as a swipe file and take all those emails and add them to that one folder. So you'd have one folder that's like email swipes. You have another one that's like customer service, right? And so that's how I would organize it. It's just by creating folders, inside of your email inbox. So I've done that with Gmail. You guys can do that with Gmail. It's super easy. If you don't know how, just Google it, right? So yeah, be super useful. Or even have a throwaway email where this would be even better if you're going to subscribe to a lot of email lists to find out how other marketers are marketing so you can reverse engineer them. Then create a throwaway email. So just know that this email is going to receive a lot of spam. That's why you call it a throwaway, because it's just used to see how other people are marketing. So I would have a separate email where you're subscribing to all these lists, and have your primary email where you deal with like customer service, you deal with like personal emails, and all that good stuff. So that's how I would set it up, Austin. Any other questions, you guys? Let me jump over here to Facebook, see if there's any questions over here. Go on, what's going on? Gilbert, what's going on? My Igor leads are trickling in slowly. Rich says, it's been almost a week and I only have 40 leads. How long did it take for your leads to come in? Well, my first question is how many leads did you buy, Rich? So if you bought less leads than we did, there's probably a reason why leads are coming in a little bit slower. For us, it took about a week, I think, for about 497 leads to come in. What's going on, Dylan from Scotland? How we doing? So let me know on that, Rich. Austin asked, what is the best way to build a brand? Giving value, documenting your journey. That's how you give value. is through content, which is documenting your journey, document what you're learning, even as you're learning it, and then pass that knowledge down to others. So that's kind of the way that you would start earning while you're learning is, you know, for example, if you learned a little strategy on email marketing today, jump on YouTube, shoot a quick video, show people exactly what you learned. And, you know, that will help you go from just a consumer to being a teacher and being positioned as an expert. So the best way to build a brand is to position yourself as that expert in the marketplace. And that's how you can do it, by going from a newbie, feeling like you're a newbie, to being positioned as an expert, is by like not thinking that you're an expert, not trying to fake it till you make it, by simply sharing knowledge with people, taking the knowledge that I'm giving you and passing it down to the next person. That way you don't have to feel like you need to have some degree or some, you know, plaque on the wall. You're just taking what I'm telling you or what you're learning by the books that you read, by the seminars that you go to, by the online trainings that you're on, and then you take that training, you pass it down to others. And what's so cool about doing this is you learn even more by teaching others what you're learning, and it takes on a whole different meaning, and it kind of is ingrained in your mind that much further because you're actually teaching it. I think it was Bob Proctor who said, you don't understand something unless you can explain something to somebody else so they understand it. So a lot of people are like, oh, I know, I get it. But can you help somebody else get it like you get it? And once you can do that, then, you know, you're an expert. So to answer your question, Austin, the best way to build a brand, put up a lot of content, give a lot of value out there, share with people what you're learning, document your journey daily. And in the process, you'll make money and you'll build a brand at the same time. Let's see. How do we learn about segmenting? Like you said, moving people who aren't opening emails to a separate list. I would Google, go into Google. We'll be creating a tutorial on this too as well. But go to Google and type in how to segment list get response. How to segment list Aweber. And that'll show you how to segment your list based off of people that open and people that don't open. And when do you put people onto different email lists? Do you send them different offers, or are you saying you'll just use the same emails but put different subject lines? Yeah, so like I would have one list where these are people that have opened recently in the past, and I'll still send them the same emails. I'll just know that they'll be more responsive. And then I'll have a separate email list of the people that are not opening, and I'll just start testing a bunch of different subject lines. And I'll start to get more people that open from that new unopened email list. And then I take those people that open and I put them into my qualified list over here of people that have opened in the past. And I kept rinsing and repeating, testing different subject lines with those people that have unopened. So yeah, we'll be releasing more training on that as well. In the inner circle, you made a link to Easy One Up bonus page in ClickFunnels and move it to GetResponse or another system. I'm not sure if I understand your question. Let's see, Easy One Up bonus page in ClickFunnels. Yeah, so you can get access to that bonus page if you have ClickFunnels. You essentially copy that funnel into your ClickFunnels. And then what you can do is you can send an email out to your list that links people to that funnel. And then you can offer those same bonuses to your team. So yeah, the bonus page and GetResponse, they're completely separate. So I don't want you to confuse ClickFunnels with GetResponse. ClickFunnels is a funnel builder software. GetResponse is an autoresponder software. CD asks on the Facebook training, Fraser mentions the 2 best times to post on Facebook. Both times were in the afternoon and evening. Does that mean we shouldn't worry about posting in the morning? Or was he just letting us know the high volume time? He was just letting you know the high volume time frames. When in doubt, post all 3 times if you can. And even emailing at odd hours is better than just emailing in the morning, because that's when most people are emailing. So email at a random hour, whether it be like, I don't know, sometimes 8 o'clock at night, something like that. All righty. Any other questions, you guys? Let's see. Patricio, you need to be a little bit more clear, man. I'm not quite understanding what your question is. You want to learn how to move what from where? Austin asks, how do we stand out above other sellers? Say if other people are selling the same product, how do we shine the brightest? Great question. What you want to do is you want to be the first, put your face on camera. That's one easy way to do it. Number 2, provide better value and just be a better educator. And the way that you can do that is look at what other people are doing. And sometimes it's doing the opposite, and looking at what they may be doing wrong or what you can do better. And, just taking insights from other content online and seeing what you can do to improve. Let's see, how do we shine the brightest? So those 2 points there. And then having bridge pages, this would be the third. So a bridge page is a page that you send people that's between your email and the offer. So sending people, instead of sending people straight from the email to the offer, you send them to a bridge page or like a video that pre-educates people on the offer, tells people a little bit about the offer, what they're going to learn from the offer, and your experience with the offer, and then you send them straight to the offer. So you're injecting yourself at every part of the sales process, from the front end to the video, whether it's on YouTube, and the back end to the bridge page that then leads people to the offer. That's how you do it. Let's see. What else we got here, you guys? So Rich Daniel says 550. So did you purchase, how many leads exactly? You purchased 550 leads. Is that right, Rich? From what I'm understanding? Or 550 clicks. Might be 550 clicks. So yeah, I would just be patient. It takes some time. And so, and I'm sure you can probably reach out to Nick, or I think Nick is his customer service agent. You can reach out to him, and I'm sure that he'll tell you as well. But based off of our experience, it took us roughly a week. Cool. Any other questions, you guys? Looks like we're up on about 30 minutes here. Let's see, we've got Nick, what's going on, man? Willie, what's going on? You got any questions? Toki, what's going on? Joseph, great to have you on for the first time, man. Brad, Austin. Any other questions, you guys? And you know what we're going to start doing this next week, you guys? For those of you guys that are in the 0 to 10K challenge, we're going to start doing more organic marketing and combining organic with email. Now that you guys are starting to get a grasp of how email marketing works, and that it's just a lot of testing over time, and taking those best email subject lines, reusing them, and taking the model and framework of even the email bodies, the email text, and kind of rewording those and reusing those. And you'll notice, like, depending on where you position your links in your emails will improve your click-through rate. Like putting a link at the very top sometimes right before the email starts can make a huge difference in your click-through rate as well. So just using these different variables and testing a lot of these for yourself, not being afraid to break things, is going to be the best way to learn versus just me telling you. Like, go out there, get in the trenches, send out a lot of emails. Don't be afraid to piss people off. You might get some spam complaints, but you're going to learn from that and you're going to get better. right? So what we're going to be doing next week is we're going to be focusing more on organic marketing and how to take email and combine it with like YouTube marketing and Facebook marketing. So we put up a post on our fan page weeks ago. So we're going to start using that fan page now, getting followers over to that fan page. And we're going to start kind of to cross-pollinate our leads between email and Facebook. Because this day and age, we don't want to have our eggs in one basket. We want to be able to learn how to use each platform correctly, each traffic platform correctly. And typically I would say master one first before moving on to the next. Well, in this case, since you have me helping you guys, I'm going to show you how you can, master email marketing and social simultaneously. So that's what we're going to be running through here this next week. So if you guys don't have any other questions, we can go ahead and jump off here. It looks like I have a lot of testing to do right now because that's my weaker point. Yep, do a lot of testing. It's been a weaker point for myself as well. I've actually learned a lot from Paulo. Okay, you cleared some things up for me today so I can see a clearer path on my next steps. Awesome, D, great to hear. Let's see. Can enough spam complaints cause your email to shut down? What should we do? Don't worry about that until you cross that bridge. I've never had a problem with it. You shouldn't have a problem with it as well. It can lower your email deliverability, but worst case, you're with one autoresponder for a length of time and then eventually you get in trouble for it. Well, guess what? You just gathered a bunch of data from that whole entire journey. Now you know you're not going to make the same mistake again. So there's tons of autoresponders out there that you can move to. Worst case scenario, but chances are it won't happen. All right. Cool, you guys. Any last questions before we go ahead and end here? And if you guys want to jump on board with us in the 0 to 10K challenge, or you're not a part of my affiliate inner circle, I would encourage you, if you're watching the recording here on YouTube, go ahead and click the link below. You can learn a little bit more about how to get access to me weekly, where I jump online with you guys and I answer all of your questions. DS, will we be getting the Funnel Express bonuses this week? It's a process. I'm working on it. Hopefully it'll be done here in the next couple weeks. That's kind of my goal. The challenge is my first order of business. Make sure that we get updated with that. And then we'll start working on, those bonuses. So I do have access to obviously the bonus page. So if anybody wants access to that, you can just reach out to me personally. That is inside the Leaderboard affiliate training program, at least at the, I believe it was the celebrity level. And Nick says, I'm working on updating my autoresponder series before the traffic starts coming in from Igor. I changed the offer from Super Affiliate to Funnel Express. I was wondering if you think it would be a good idea to make any specific changes to what we outlined in the 0 to 10K challenge outside of typical things like updating links. Let's see. I would just leave it as is right now, man. Rereading your question here. I was wondering if you think it would be good to make any specific changes to what we outlined in the 0 to 10K challenge outside. I wouldn't, man. Yeah, just keep things as they are. Wait until you run that traffic and then just start doing a lot of testing. You guys need to send out more emails. That's what I'm finding is you're relying way too much on David's emails, his autoresponder sequence. You can't just rely on that. That's not going to separate you and help you stand out amongst the other affiliates that are promoting the same thing. Toki says, curious to see how SendLane works with my solo ads campaign next week. I'm curious to see as well. And you know what? No two solo ad campaigns are created equal. You might get a list of people that are super responsive, and you'll get a list of people that really aren't as responsive. Like the solo ad that we ordered, me and Paulo, this list is not as responsive for whatever reason. But we've got to continue to stick to that advertising budget that we have, continuing to, order the right, solo ads from the right providers, because even the great providers will sometimes, send you leads that just aren't as responsive. But it's still, if you get one batch of leads that isn't responsive, it's still not enough data to really come to the conclusion of whether one provider is good or not. Sometimes it takes 2 or even 3 solo ads before you really know, especially if they have positive reviews. Sometimes it's just a fluke and you don't get the best responsive leads, and that just happens. And you just need to work a little extra harder, send out, more consistent emails to get those people to open and click your stuff, right? Cool, guys. Thanks for jumping on today. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this when it comes to email marketing. I think we'll go ahead and end it there if we don't have any last questions. Rich says, I have a total of 100 leads. Is it worth it to send an offer to them? You don't just want to send them but to the offer, right, Rich? You want to send them to like a bridge page first, where you've got a video of yourself, or you've got a picture of yourself, and you've got some text. You want to send them to a pre-sale page, whether that be a YouTube video, whether it be a landing page on ClickFunnels. That's completely up to you. But it's like I've always said before, when dating somebody the first time, you don't ask them to marry you, aka you don't just send them straight to an offer, unless it's you're doing it in a strategic way. Like, hey, this is what you requested. Go ahead and check this out. You obviously wanted to see this. So when you're putting it on their shoulders, you're putting it on their plate, that's different because it's what they requested. But if you're just saying, hey, go here and buy, or just go here with no value, no pre-frame at all, then you're not going to be getting the results that you want. So I would take those 100 leads and definitely, have them check out an offer. But before they check out the offer, have them get to know you as a person, why you got started online, your story, what you want to really help them with, what your vision is for them, So that's what I would suggest that you do, Rich. Follow what's outlined for the first 4 follow-up emails in the challenge. Use that 4 email sequence. And then after they go through that first 4 emails, then you can start to, send them through the next stage of the process, which is the video that I just released today. So. Cool, guys. Looks like that's it. Great questions today, you guys. Hope you guys got value from this. I think we're going to go ahead and end the call there. If you have any last questions, go ahead and let me know now. Definitely got some good notes. Good, Austin. Great to hear. Hope you guys got value from this. And it looks like no last questions. So thanks so much for jumping on today, you guys. Go enjoy your Saturday morning, night, wherever you're tuning in from. And we'll see you guys in the next live. Of course, this will be available inside of the membership area as well as my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this from my channel and you want to know more about how you can get access to me weekly, there's a few links below where you can learn a little bit more information on that. And we'll see you guys in the next live. Take care.